Thornton. I'm the laboratory director at Ridgecrest Regional Hospital. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about laboratory testing. So there are two kinds of testing that is currently available. One of them is PCR, and that's the nasal swab that quite a few people in town have had. And there is also antibody testing, which you've heard so much about. The antibody testing will be performed on blood or finger sticks. So we mentioned molecular testing and the nasal swab testing, and that is looking for the actual coronavirus. And for the COVID-19, that's a very specific, very new virus. That's why everybody's having such a severe response, because nobody's been exposed to it before. When we look at testing with the serological testing, which is the IgG, that will show us that you've had the virus before and you've recovered. Maybe you've had a very minor form with very few symptoms, and you'll show immunity, and that's what we're looking for when we're looking for the IgG, and that's what they'll be hopefully be getting the serological test very quickly here. We don't want to bring this testing in before they're really ready, because there are many tests out there, and we want to be sure that they are sensitive and specific, because we don't want them to cross-react with other COVID viruses. We want to be sure that they're telling us exactly what we want them to tell us. So that's why we're waiting for CDC approval. And right now, most of these tests are being allocated to where populations where there are high incidence of COVID-19. The East Coast, New York, and Florida, and New Jersey, and over here in Kern County, we've only had, in comparison, relatively fewer incidences of COVID-19. So they're sending all of the resources back to where the incidents are higher right now. There's been a lot of questions about people volunteering or coming in and getting tested because they were concerned they had already been exposed to COVID. I know quite a few of us were sick back in January, and maybe we were. We don't know quite yet because we don't have the serological testing. We hear about people volunteering down at UCLA, and I think those are scientific studies. They are doing studies to get their kits passed through the FDA. Those are things that usually happen when you're in research facilities. So when we do get our antibody testing, the government will still distribute the testing kits based on need. I have been in talks with suppliers, and they still want to send what we need. So what they're trying to prevent is larger facilities taking all of the supplies. These big medical corporations can grab all of the supplies, and then leaving the smaller facilities like us, leaving those supplies unavailable. So the government has been helping to keep it evenly distributed. So we're looking at following through with the same process we have right now with the nasal swab testing, where you text in and you make an appointment and you come drive through, you never even leave your car. So we will be drawing your blood right out there in your car, get your sample, you're pre-registered, and then release your result through our processes. So to make it as convenient and less chaotic, because I know that there will be a high demand for this, because everyone wants to get back to work and get out of their houses, get back to their lives. When patients are calling and needing testing, they may not always be tested for COVID-19 initially. CDC recommends screening for other infections before you have the COVID-19, or at least narrow down and eliminate, like they're having flu testing done. We also have available now that we've recently put into a laboratory that the board has recently purchased for the hospital, a BioFire, which has a complete panel of for respiratory viruses. So it includes parainfluenza, influenza, multiple influenzas, and pertussis. So adenoviruses, 21 targets. So that's really exciting. COVID-19 will soon be added to that panel. That should be in July. The hospital has also purchased another piece of equipment that will be installed in the next couple of weeks that also has the COVID-19, and it is also PCR. So we have these things coming as they are being FDA approved and released to our through our distributors. For more information, take a look at rrh.org/COVID-19, and remember to look us up on social media.